Leah Marie, back with another video. This is the Leah Diaries, Leah Video Diaries, I should say. I think this is episode 11. I don't really know what episode it is at this point, but that's neither here nor there. Just got back from the gym a while ago. Went for my workout. Today was chest day. But yeah, I just want to get on here a little minute just to kind of share some quick thoughts about the election. There was a lot that I learned during the election. I learned that, also I'm going to be making a shake while I'm talking to you, so there may be some parts in the video where you won't hear me because of the blender. But I learned a lot about the election. I just want to share some thoughts about it. I'll be quite honest, before this election, I wasn't really as engaged in politics like I probably should. I just focused on the 4-year elections. There are 2-year elections for the the local and state politicians, but I never really paid much attention to that. And most recently I learned that we shouldn't have to wait every 4 years to vote for a president. It goes beyond the president. You have elected officials, that work underneath the president, within our local communities and our state governments that we really should be paying attention to. But it seems like every 4 years we always show out for the presidential candidate. Nothing's wrong with that, but we have to also pay attention to what's going on locally and on a regional level, because that kind of affects, the national level. As far as the presidential results, I didn't look at election night results at all. I was at work at the time anyway. I mean, I looked at it here and there, but I tried not to pay too much attention to it because it was what it was. But I noticed when I woke up on election morning, I should say, I felt a different energy. I don't know what it was. I will be quite honest with you, but it was definitely something different. Definitely something different for sure. I can't describe the feeling. It was like some sort of expectation. Like you could sense something was going to happen. Like you were going to expect something. To be honest, the night before the election, I kind of was like, what, God, I was praying to God. I was like, whatever happens during this election, let your will be done, because I reached a point as it got closer to election day that whoever is in office, God orchestrates our steps. Because ultimately, what this election has also taught me that we shouldn't really be too dependent on, politics or anything for that matter that we place our identity in, because politicians will let us down. Humans will let us down. We will let each other down. We're flawed. We're human beings. I prayed that the results would be what they were, regardless of who won. And I'll just be real with you. For the first time in any presidential election that I voted in, I voted green. I voted green because I personally felt, and this is me, you could think otherwise, the independent parties, at least my intention was that the independent parties never really got any recognition. And it's crazy that they're always on the ballot every 4 years for the presidential election, but, they barely win anything. But it kind of makes sense. I'm not really sure why they even have the independent party, but I decided, to vote for the Green Party, even though I am a registered Democrat. And what this campaign season has taught me is to really look close at the policies that your party supports. And even though I am registered Democrat, obviously some policies that don't sit right with me. And I learned that you can, be registered for a certain party and not agree with the policies that they have in place. I'm not going to tell you what those policies are. I'm pretty sure you can figure it out for yourself. But yeah. I also learned that when it comes to, elections and politics and things like that, I really, really have to understand the importance of doing your research, like really researching the politicians that you're in favor of. And I'm not gonna lie, I treated every presidential election like studying for an exam at the last minute. Like literally, like probably the week of election season, each time I voted, I would always get, and I'm pretty sure in each of your counties and communities, you have a sample ballot that gives you the candidates you're supposed to vote for. It's basically like a study guide. And I always treated election day kind of like an exam day. This time, I guess you can say I wasn't really prepared. Because I was like, I already know who I voted for. It don't make a difference to me. And the results were what they were. But I learned when it came to this election season, you have to basically pay attention to the candidates and really research and do your due diligence. And so that's something that I've learned. So be it as it may, Donald Trump is the president-elect. This is his second term. It is what it is at this point. At this point, I've started looking at the reactions, and I will say it definitely is a somber mode. It's definitely a different tone. And I remember they were talking about Project 2025, and they were warning everybody about it, and it's quite disappointing. But, like I said, God is in control. Both parties, have their flaws. And I guess there's a reason why God may have saw fit to have Trump in office. No, I'm not in support of him. Now that I'm Kamala. This election season, I voted neutral. Because it really didn't make a difference to me who won, because at the end of the day, they don't really have the final say. God has the final say. But I know for those of you that are deeply involved in politics, that, are deeply loyal and passionate for either party, this is going to be very interesting for the Democrats. It is what it is. Kamala tried. For the Republicans, well, he got what you wanted. He's back in office. We'll just have to see what 2025 will bring. I will say I'm a little bit concerned. I'm a little bit worried about possible civil unrest. And I remember, I think I saw a video where they said that could be likely. Let's just stay prayed up. The results are what they are. I'm just worried about the aftermath. The results are what they are. I can't change that, but hopefully it's going to be a wake-up call for people to kind of do their research, to also stay informed, also think for yourselves and not just blindly follow politicians because they're popular or they play into the identity politics rhetoric, because I've learned recently that a lot of these politicians, regardless of whether they're on the national level, state level, or even regional level, or local level, they're supposed to be public servants. The whole purpose of them even getting into these positions is to serve the community. And let's be real, there have been countless news reports where they haven't been serving the community, and they've having a fall from grace because of whatever scandal activities they're part of. But also remember, these politicians are human too, and that realistically they can't fulfill every request that we would expect them to. But at the same time, we have to hold them accountable, because They're there to serve the people. If they don't serve the people, they're out. But also know that, unfortunately, there are strings being pulled behind the scenes that allow these people to get into these positions. Politics is very corrupt, I learned, and I'm glad I have no part of it. But it has also made me want to pay attention and to be more vigilant about whatever political events that are happening, even if they are staged. But that's neither here nor there. Let me know what your thoughts are on these election results, and I will see y'all in the next video.